Good morning, everyone. Beth here from Corner Piece Studio. A good Monday morning, a dark start to the day. It's about 6:30 here in the Northeast. And it's going to be a little bit of a rainy, drizzly day. So I thought I'd come in and show you how I create my pouch and journal set. Pouch and journal set. It measures, when finished, it measures 5 3/4 by 8. So its finished size is 5 3/4 by 8. And I'm going to use this pad of paper. It is cardstock. It's from Recollections set Oxford Garden, and it's from Michael's. I've got a bunch of pads of paper from them when they had their paper $5 a block, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to. I didn't need to, but I had to. So let me show you some of the designs in here. It's pretty, it's beautiful, it's very garden-like, and this is a shiny, has some shiny on it. Some of them shiny. You have 16 designs in here and 3 pages of each design. I like that. That would make a nice journal. And these are great. I cut these out. I take this page, I take one of these pages, I might take 2, and cut them out because I use them to embellish these. So this set, this was a watercolor set from there that did not have these. So I need to make my own embellishments for that, which is no big deal. Okay. Some really nice, I'm gonna see, let's see. Here's another one of those for cutting out. Some nice good tags, journal spaces, just little cards with a thought on it for someone. And there's another one with shiny on it. Let me see. Yeah, you can see. I like that. That's pretty. Matches a shirt I have. That would make a nice journal cover. Isn't that pretty? Look, all the shiny on it. A lot of possibilities with these. So today I'm going to show one to you. I've already gone through and picked out the pieces of paper I want to use from here. Oops. Sorry, that's something else I'm working on. I forgot that was under there. That happens. That happens. Okay, I chose this one, the pink with the garden flowers, and I chose this one. Sorry, I needed to get a drink. Now, the reason I chose these two is when you do this, being that you're folding part of it back, that's going to make it upside down if you use something that is directional. So I chose the green piece as my non-directional piece, and I chose the pink one with the flowers as my directional piece for the journal, the cover of the journal. That because if you don't mind it, that's fine. If you're going to totally cover over it, that's fine. For this project with you guys, I just wanted to be sure that I had something that really didn't matter what the direction of it. This is actually an olive green. I know it looks brown, but it's an olive green. It's really pretty. And you notice that these papers have this strip on the top. First thing you're going to do is to remove this strip. Oh, yeah. These are 12 by 12 sheets of paper. So I had some people asking for some ideas of things to do with 12 by 12 sheets of paper. This is one of them. Now I'm going to save this because see this band here all the way around? Oh, it doesn't go all the way around, just across the front. That was one of these. It could go all the way around if you want. And then I put another part of it here. So save those bands because you might want to use them for something. So the first thing you do is to remove those bands. I am going to work with this green piece of paper first. I'm going to create the pocket. And then we'll go back and create the journal. Okay, put that aside. I have a wall here on my right side. It's driving me nuts. I have to get through it. Okay, what you're going to need, you don't have to have it. You don't have to have it. You can use a ruler if you like. Me, I like to use my scoreboard. I like to use my scoreboard. And what you're going to do is make sure it's all lined up in there. And I can't get that out. I can't get that out of there. There we are. This is an EK Tools scoreboard. I think I got this from Joanne Fabrics, actually. Many years back. Okay. Your measurement here is going to be 3 1/4. So find 3. There's half. There's 1/4. So I'm going to score at 3 1/4. Now don't go so hard that you're going to go through your paper when you use a scoreboard. That can happen very easily. Then your next one is going to be 9. I will put these measurements, I will put all these measurements in the description box below. And then you're going to turn your paper and you're going to score at 8 from the top, whichever way you want your top to be. You're going to score at 8. And like I was saying, be very careful you don't score through your paper. The reason I like using a scoreboard, and I even have a scoring on my paper cutter. This blue one is the score one. You put it in and you run it. Let's see, let me get a piece of paper. Okay, here's a piece of paper. You put it in and you score with it. I don't know if you can see the score line there, but there's a score. There it is. There's the score line. Okay. So you can score and cut with your paper cutter if you have a scoring tool on it. Sometimes I use that, but when I'm using this whole 12 by 12 piece of paper and need to score a bunch of lines, I like to use my scoreboard. You can, if you want to get these, you can get download apps for your favorite craft store, and they do have coupons, except Hobby Lobby doesn't do coupons, so you have to wait for a particular sale on certain items. But Michael's, Joanne Fabrics, and whatever your other, I don't know if Hancock's is still out there in the Midwest, you can get coupons through their app for your phone or your computer. And I think I got this 50% off, or 20% off, or 40% off. You get some really good coupons on things. All right, the reason I like using the scoreboard for this is because cardstock can crack when you fold it. A lot of people have that problem. Cardstock cracks when you fold it. Not all, but some. Or eventually it will crack on your edges. But see, this one didn't, because I scored it. You score on the front side, and then you fold it. And what happens is when you score it, it helps change the fibers a little bit in the paper, so you can fold it and it won't crack. Sorry, I was thinking of something at the time. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to fold. It also makes the folding easier. If you don't have that, you can use a ruler and come in and mark it at 3 1/4 here, 3 1/4 there. Draw your line, put your ruler on that line, and just put your hand underneath the edge and push up like that. So it's not totally folding it yet, it's just breaking it, and then fold it. Okay, now I'm not done because I want to fold my bottom one first before I close this, just so everything is being trained to go how I want it to go. Okay, you train it first. Okay, now you bring it in so you have a little bit of a flap. See the little bit of a flap there? Just a little bit. So I am going to use my scoring tool here and very lightly score to make my edges sharp. Don't press really hard because you leave marks on it. You can also make the paper crack if you press too hard. But see, it's down real nice now. I'm going to run a bead of glue through there. And what I will do is I'm going to, sorry for that noise. I am going to put a piece of wax paper inside so it doesn't end up gluing onto the paper and closing it shut. I'll be using my art glitter glue, which is in this bottle. I don't know where the big bottle is at the moment. I put some in here. This is a little bottle that I found in the paint department in Hobby Lobby, I think it was. They come 2 in a pouch, and they're the perfect size for using this if you don't want to have a wiggly hand when you are, here it is, when you're squeezing out the bigger bottle. So I'll use this, and I'm going to just run a bead of glue down the edge and back up. Just a little line of glue, and that will hold it. That will hold it shut. You can use can't find the hole. There we go. You can use your glue stick if you like, whatever glue you like to use, as long as you know it's going to hold. See there. You can use your hand. You can use one of your cloths to push it down so you don't glue all over your hands. But if you put a thin bead of glue, you should be pretty good. And now, just pull the wax paper out and reuse it. See, this wax paper has all kinds of stuff on it. It's got paint on it. It's been glued on. It's just so reusable. So, okay, now you have a little tube. Here's a tube. Now you have to decide which side you want to be your front. You have to think about where your closure is. This paper, you really can't see much of a closure, which is awesome. This one, you can see a little bit because of the design. I like to put it to the back and fold the flap up, because what I'm going to do is put another piece of paper over this and make this closure. And I don't want my closure and the pocket on the same side, because the pocket is going to be holding some things. And if you put it's not going to be that tall, but if you put your flap here, it's going to be in the way. So I'm not going to use, I'm not going to put my flap and my pocket on the same side. So I'm going to fold it to the back. I was looking for my joint. Now, it is a little more difficult when you fold this to get this down, because there's paper in there that just wants to push it all out. So you're going to have a little bit of a buckle for a little bit. This buckle has finally worked its way out. It's not there anymore. It's because of all the folding of the papers and things here. That's what's causing it. I wonder if I score it one more time. Let me score it one more time, being that it's glued. See, the glue is not bothering it because the glue is here. But it might help if I score it one more time. It might help it go down better. Actually, a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to put some glue on my edges. You can glue that pocket totally shut and just have one pocket, because you're going to have one here, one pocket here. But I want, when I close it, I want to have a second pocket. So I'm just putting glue on the edge to glue it shut. I like pockets. I like putting things in it, holding things in, that I might put in my journal later, or ephemera that I might want to go with it. So, there. And if you are wanting to, let's get that down. If you are wanting to ink your edges before you glue, that is when I would suggest you ink your edges. I don't want to. Or what you could do is you could take a piece of book page. Here's a book. Let me just pull this out. I'm sorry if you're squeamish about pulling books apart. I do with books that are going to be going to the book chomper. Oops, and it hit the floor. If it's going to go to the book chomper. What you can do is you could glue in a piece of paper, like just a little bit, like right there, so you don't see the white. And you know what? That's what I'll do. I'm going to put it in a little bit. I'm going to tear it off here. Tear it off. Pull it out. And I'm going to put some glue stick on it. Let me just trim that. Where are we? We're 18 minutes. Okay. My videos have a tendency to go for about a half hour. And that's just because I'm trying to get as much in for you as possible. And I don't speed up what I do. I like you to see what I do in real time. And if I, goobers. If I make a mistake, I want you to see how I correct it. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that open a little. Slide this in. I'm sorry if I'm off camera. I'm pushing it in up against my leg. Getting it in there. It is. And what you can do is, before you close it all up, would be a better time to do this. I'm just doing it because I thought of it, and I wanted to show you. Okay, it's in. It's in. There we go. Now I'm going to press it down. And you just want to be sure that your pocket is not glued shut with it. So just put in some sort of a straight edge and go to the edges. And that might help for mushing it down too. There, it's down. So now you don't have the white of that. So I might do that later. I might put another piece of that in there later, just to hide that. Okay, the next thing we need to do is cut the flap piece. Now I'm going to, first I'm going to cut for the size of my journal, because what I want to do is, the extra for this is use it to embellish. So the size of the journal, I'm cutting it down to, where'd my paper go? 10 1/4 wide by, see, now you have to find the direction of your paper. See, that's sideways, that's upside down. So find the direction of your paper. I'm going to cut it to 10 1/4 wide. There's 10, and there's 1/4. And there's that off. I can use that as something. By 7 1/4 high. So 7 1/4. I got these measurements by trial and error. That's my journal cover. That's the cover. I got them by trial and error. So because I cut the journal and I kept trying it into the pouch, and for me that 7 1/4 high by 10 1/4 wide gives you 5 1/8, and it just works real nicely in here. Okay, because this is 5 3/4 wide. So if you do it 5 1/4, you have an 1/2 inch to play with. So you have a little 1/4 inch on each side to play with. Okay, now my pouch top, I need 5 3/4 wide. I'm not going the full, that's 5 3/4, so it's 5 3/4. So I'm going 5 3/4 wide. And there's another piece I can use for something, for ephemera. And it is 3 1/2 inches high. So there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, because you have to, this is a directional paper, so you have to figure out what you want. Because if I do it the way I was going to do it, it was going to come down and it was going to be upside down. I want it to be like that. So you're going to score at 1/2 inch for your top, because it's going to fold over and close to the back. All right, so I'm going to put it in and score at 1/2 inch. See, I'm using this time. This is my score this time. There's my 1/2 inch and my fold. So what it'll do is it's going to glue to the back here and come to the front. Now you can do what you want, how you want to do this. Where's this one? This one, I found the center. I clipped to the center, and then I used a corner punch and rounded the bottom to make it look like an envelope. This one, I think I might just come in a little bit on each side. And you don't go right to the end of that. You just go just to almost to the fold. So I'm going to take my scissors, and it's aiming for just before the fold. See? There's the fold with a little bit. I cut that off, turn it over, and I'm going to place it on the other edge and cut the other edge so they are similar. Not going to be exact, because we're human, things aren't exact. Here's some things you can use for embellishing. So, okay, I'm done with that. Now I'm going to add a bead of glue here to glue that down. Thank you all for being here. If you're new here, please press the like and subscribe button so you can see my future contents. If you entered into my giveaway video, please, the video was posted on September 10th. I did a drawing yesterday, So if you were entered and you haven't seen yet, please go and see who my winner is for the giveaway. It's for my little bit journal. Okay, so every once in a while I will do a giveaway. So now I'm looking. Did I put it? Yes, I put it right to the fold. Right to the fold. Okay. I hear it raining out just ever so lightly. So hold that up and put it on. Butt it up to the edge. And then press it down. Just press it down. There's that. Isn't that pretty? There's that on the back. You can leave that. Or you can add something to the back. And there's that. There's the front. Isn't that pretty? And now what I will use as a closure on it, I got these little Velcro dots. So let me do that now, just so I don't forget. Now you make sure you take, oops, that's not it, the front and the back. There's the rough and there's the not so rough. Oh, they're all on the same page. Okay, that works. There's the two different pieces. I'm going to peel the one, close it to the other. So it's on. I'm going to take it off of here and find my center. There's 5 1/4. I'm going to come in a little bit. I see my center mark, and there is my center mark. I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to close it. Okay, my closure is on. It's nice and sticky. If you want to add a little dab of glue on it, you can add a little dab of glue. I don't, because it's pretty, stays. It's good. It works. So there's the envelope. There's the envelope. Now we're going to do the journal. What I'm doing is I'm just going to show you the basic construction of it. You can embellish this anyhow you choose. Any way you choose. What I want to do is, on the front of that one, at the base of that, I put that. I might do that. I'm going to show you how I do that, I think. What do I want to use? I'm using, these came off of the papers. This, it also came off of paper. Some of these were cut aparts from that piece of paper I showed to you. I'm not going to use the green. It blends in too much. Too matchy-matchy. Do I want that? That's too busy. So I'm going to use just one of these. That's that color. And I'm going to put it, this I'm definitely going to just ink because you can see the white edge, and I don't want the white edge to be seen. So I'm definitely going to ink that edge. You don't have to, if you don't mind it showing, but I don't want that to show. I want it to blend in. There's enough stuff popping out here. All right, so I wonder what happens if I do this. See, you can do an I wonder. All right, it does match to the back. But what might happen is the stuff you're putting in and out might catch. So I'm not going to measure to the back. I'm just going to glue it to the front and leave it there. Fold it where you want it and give it a little snip. A couple more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna glue this on. Nope, I forgot my paper under it. That's all right. I hear cars splashing around through the rain out there. We're having a rainy day today. Right now it's just very gentle. Nice little rain. All right, there. And I left a little bit of space so you can see the back color popping through. How about that? That's straight. Yep, that's good. Now what I might do to help give this a little more stick-to-itiveness is I'm going to add another piece right there to help it adhere and stay a little bit better. You can add anything you want to these. You can embellish these any way you want. I just haven't done so on the other one yet. I'm making these. I'm going to put them in the craft fair this weekend. So I'm going to use these for that. These make nice little gifts. The thing that gave me an idea on this is I had made a pouch, 2 pouches actually, for a friend of mine because I gave some special tea to her. And you can see that video a few videos back. I made pouches, and then I saw this and I'm like, oh, that'll be cool. That would be cool. Okay, so there's your back. Here's your front. All right, now let's do this real quick. So this is 10 1/4 wide. I want to score it at 5 1/8. So when I fold it, it's not going to crack on me, because I've had that happen before. 5 1/2, 5 1/4, 5 1/8. Here's 5, 5 1/2, 5 1/4, 5 1/8. There we go. And I always score to the front because this is the part of the paper where I want to stretch the fibers a little bit and change their mind on what they want to do. Okay, there we go for that. There's that. All right, I am going to use my corner rounder. Round the corners. Very simple journal. Very simple. Rounded the corners. Let me show this one to you. See if I did anything in it. Where is it? Oh, I did. I put a belly band here and a pocket there. So you can put any kind of paper in it that you want. I have a brown paper and I have some lined paper, and I just alternated it. You can put colored paper in it. You can put whatever you want. So, and I stapled it. I have a long arm stapler. You can, if you don't have a long arm stapler, let me get some paper and then I'll show you what I do. Hold on. I just wanted to show you quickly. I have a couple of these books, and this is where I get my paper. I got these at Barnes & Noble. They have, you find the center of the signature. You cut the strings. And I will go more into depth on this at another video that I have coming up. And then you're able to just pull the papers out. One, oops, did I get 2? I got 2 on that. Okay, 2, 3. Let's see if I can get a 4th one. Nope, it's just going to have 3 in it. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a huge notebook. It's just something little for somebody. Okay, so I want it to measure. All right, so I'm going to cut off that line and that line. Use my paper cutter because that's, let me show you where it is. There's the edge of the book. So I'm going to cut off at that line and that line. The second line from the bottom. So put this on. Second line from the bottom. There's that, and then the top line. And there. Up, and then I have to do the front. The front I want to cut off to there, I guess, right there. You measure it and you cut where you want to cut. It's up to you where you want to cut. Okay, so here is the paper for my inside. I'm just going a little quickly right now so I can get this done because we are over the half-hour mark. I'm sorry. Thank you for being patient and watching right up till now. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so as you can see, this fits in there very nicely, just like so. And isn't that pretty? that all goes together so nicely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get something to go underneath this. Help if I can find my stapler. I will be, oh, here it is. Little thing gets lost on the desk. Okay, so open up your book to the center. I'm going to put a paper clip on each edge to help hold my signature where I want it. 2 big paper clips help. You can put 4 if you like. And I'm going to put it face down. As this is if you don't have a long arm stapler. Then you take your stapler out that way. Does this open? I need to find a stapler that opens. I'll be right back, folks. Like I said, I do this in real time. So this is what I would be doing if I were not filming also. Okay, got my stapler. I'm opening the bottom of it. Put your stapler on the fold where you want the staple to go. And you staple it into the paper. And it comes through the other side. And you get something to help fold your edges down and press them down. And I put 3 staples. Yeah, that one didn't come out good. I put 3 staples in each. There we go. And that went through. That went right through. You got to do it slowly. That went right through. There we go. And then use a bone folder or something to mush your staples down. There we go. There, 1 in. All right, then I'm going to put 3 in this. Nope, that one didn't go. That one sideways. There we go. That one went in. Let me do 1 more. That one did not go. Let me turn this so it's out of the way. Whoop, there we go. Let me fix that one while I'm at it. While I'm here, I might as well fix it. Okay, that one's down. Let me turn it because that paper clip is in my way. It takes practice. I like this where I like my long arm stapler. Okay, so they're in. Staples are in. Your pages are in. Here, take your folio, your little envelope. Okay, now that's glued shut, so you have to open it up a little. That's okay. And slide in. Oh, one thing I did on this one that I didn't do on this one is I did line the inside with another piece of paper. I didn't do that. I might take my velcro off and do so. And then I'll come back and show you another time. But for now, here is your pouch with a journal. Pouch with a journal in it. And then you can, here's the things, I cut things out from that page. Let me get the long ones out of here. So I have all this that I can put in, turn it over, and put these in. Put this in the pocket. Put this in the pocket. Whoops, that in the pocket. So there's 2 tags. There's a nice card to go in the back pocket. Come on, get in there. There we go. Goes in the back pocket. And here's another one that can go in the back pocket. And then these things you can just maybe glue to the front or stick them in. You can glue to it. In fact, that's probably what I'll do. Oh, I like that right there. I'm going to use my glue stick. Almost done, folks. Thank you for sticking by. Thank you, thank you. And I'm going to glue it there. Do I have a hole punch? Looking for a hole punch. Not handy. Okay. Hang on. Okay, before I glue it down, I just want to punch a hole in it. Punch the hole because I want to put a brad through that. So there, sweet memories. There you go. So you can embellish it any way you want. It's got these. Okay, folks, thank you so much for being here this morning. It did go a little longer than usual. I'm sorry. But thank you for staying around. And I will put this up onto my Facebook page, too, to show you when I'm done. And then there, if you've made some of your own, you can just add pictures of what you did, too. I'd love to see what you do. So there we are for now. There it is. So you all have a great Monday. Let me get some of this mess out of the way so you can see. Yeah, your desk does get a little messy when you're playing here. So here we are. You all have a great Monday, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.